What's good, YouTube? What's good, Twitch? Welcome back to another live stream. It's your boy Dgotsauce, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is episode number 25. Episode number 25, y'all. Episode 25. This is a big episode, and I'm very appreciative of all you guys that tune in, that have followed and subscribed and hit those like buttons. Man, I appreciate y'all for really rocking with me. Um, we going hard. We still going. We're episode 25, and we just doing what we got to do at this point. We just doing what we got to do. We're not making no excuses. Um, we're showing up every day, and we're really grateful for what's going on with this channel and where we about to take it in these next coming episodes. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for where we gonna go and where we gonna take this channel. And thank you guys for tuning in, man. Thank you guys for enjoying the journey with me, enduring through the hard times, enduring through the good times. We got so much more to go. So much more to do. Like I say all the time, I hope you guys are having a blessed day. And make sure you guys leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you're new and if you're rocking with me. Appreciate y'all, man. This is episode 25, so let's make this one a banger. Let's make this one a banger, man. Let's make this one a big one. Episode number 25. We are 25 episodes into the year. And man, I remember when I first started this thing, and I just did it off the whim, just out of nowhere. And now, we've taken off. We've taken off. We're doing what we got to do, and we're growing every single day. We're meeting new people. We're connecting with the people. So make sure you guys leave a comment down below on the stream if you're rocking with me. I love you guys. Let's get into the show, man. Let's get into the show. We're going to start off in the streets of Chicago. Yes, yes, yes. The people of Chicago have spoken. They are a little upset on what is going on out there in the streets of Chicago, not only dealing with black crime, but dealing with these migrants and the migrants that are taking over the streets of Chicago. Let's tune in. This one is a great video. I have watched a little bit of it, and I just needed to bring it to live to let you guys see what is actually going on in the streets of Chicago. Let's tune in, y'all. This one is a good one.
To the roll call. Very well then. Mr. Clerk, public comments now.
The council will now begin the public comment period, which is limited to a maximum of 30 minutes. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. Speakers cannot yield or transfer their time to another speaker. Any written comments that have been submitted will be posted and made available for automatic review. Our first speaker today is Lisa Bowden.
Lisa Bowden is not present.
Our next speaker is George Blakemore.
Good morning to my black people here. This is disgraceful. This is Black History Month, and I see some of our beautiful ladies having on these African garments. You don't show your blackness by how you dress. You show your blackness by how you vote. And some of you voted for sanctuary. If anybody needs sanctuary, black people need it. Now this over here, they very disrespectful. Michelle Harris and all, I'm just talking while I'm talking. They are part of the problem. The black people have issues because you have poor black leadership. And
Yo, my man came up there like OG uncle and just started laying down the smoke. Every city council member there. The people in Chicago are pissed. And we already know how Chicago people are, especially the blacks, man. They get violent over there. They get really violent. But kudos to this man for coming up to the stage and letting the mayor know how he feels.
And Reverend Woo Woo got somebody up here praying for us. Just pray your way off this plantation. Pray your way into reparation. This is disgraceful. No boycott. No black, empty seats of black people. When it was packed with these illegal immigrants and packed with these white Jews and white Arabs. Where are the black people? The ancestors hate you.
Ooh.
They never knew that you were going to turn out like you are and do what you're doing. You're disgraceful. The miseducation of the black man, Carter G. Woodson said, the miseducation of the black man. And what kind of man did they make on the plantation? Use your imagination. It started with an end. We got to purge ourselves of that and become strong black men and women. You got no representation. Black faces in high places, but no representation. It's sad. Look at here. This place shall be packed with black people. You have no pride. You're disgraceful. You to the ancestors. If Dr. King could see this, Malcolm X and all our heroes and sheroes, and Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed no blacks if they knew they were slaves. Don't you know we're still on the plantation? Don't let this fool you. Don't go there. You're not like these white ultimates. You're not like these Hispanic ultimates. You're not like the Asian ultimate. You're a black ultimate. And remember your blackness. Remember where you came from and how you got here. And you haven't got over. Looking back, how I got over. You haven't got over the legacy of slavery. You're still on this white man's plantation in a high place.
Mr. Blackmore, thank you very much for your comments.
I gotta say this first. This man got up there and started preaching. You could see the energy that this man was having. But really, what I want to bring forth to y'all is, when is black people in Chicago gonna start talking about black crime in Chicago? They're so mad about the migrants, but they ain't mad when we killing each other out there on the streets. They ain't that mad. It don't seem like they mad because they can't afford housing, but they ain't mad when another black kid dies from gun violence. Let's continue though.
Our next speaker is Tawan Sims.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I find it courageous the way the man speak. I know y'all think it's entertaining, and a lot of us will bow our heads to it because we convicted by it. But we losing in this city, black people. I'm the young black man that love black people. I'm the young black man that's wild about black people. But I'm also the young black man in this city that's being underserved, mistreated, and just basically made to be invisible. I've been attacked in this city, shot multiple times. I've been pushed to the side by law enforcement. For what reason, I don't know. I'm attacked by judges. For what reason, I don't know. I guess it's for speaking up for black people. That's the only thing I could think about. But we just received new representation in Brandon Johnson. I was like, yeah, we got a smart black man in the school board, all these little different things. I was like, yeah. But then I think about other things. So to speak about what, I'm from Rogers Park. I'm from the north side for 30 years. I'm sure most of you all are here about Polino or East Rogers Park and not understand how can that be a part of the north side of Chicago? Multiple murders, unsolved. My brother was killed in 1995. His name is Walter Sims. I have not had a follow-up call. There was a young man murdered,
That's
a
sad.
few months ago, when the yellow line crashed. His name is Kenneth. He was murdered by a young man named Kamari. I know both of these young kids.
That's sad.
Friends murdered, but one of them is going to get off because the charges that were filed against him were dropped. So the city is showing us that Black lives don't matter, or Black life does not matter to it. And we being condemned in this sense.
You see, the sad part about that situation, in those situations, it was Black on Black violence. That's the thing that we refuse to keep bringing to the front of the congregation. And it's because we like to shift the blame and put it on, oh, it's police. Oh, it's white supremacy. Oh, it's the situation that they're put in. But at the end of the day, it's up to us to stop this violence. They can't stop it. We got to.
We being forgotten in that thought. So I'm the young Black man, Taiwan Sims, that love Black people and want to see some type of resolve in it. Some reparation, maybe. Some understanding, hopefully. These are our electeds. We got Maria Haddon, Alderman Bill in the far south side. Everybody that should feel responsible. Everybody lining their pockets, everybody getting something out of it. Everybody, except for the people. So we ask, honestly, wholeheartedly, when do we get the consideration? When? Honestly, I'm from your Ward 49. We got a congressional woman been in the office for 24 years. When do we get some consideration? No, don't shake your head, Maria, because I've been hitting you up for the last few weeks. I'm sleeping in the 24th district, woman, and you still ain't, please. But sorry, y'all.
Thank you very much for your comments. Our next speaker is Jessica Jackson.
Let's continue though, man. We're gonna give our opinion on what's going on with these people. She got her notebook.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sure everybody knows about a movie, Scarface, right? It's a classic, Al Pacino, right? Everybody knows about that movie. And we focus on the famous lines in that movie. The acting and the hello to my little friend and all that. But it's the beginning of that movie that matters. When those words are coming up on that screen, that's what matters. And those words say, in May of 1980, Fidel Castro opened the harbor at Merrill, Cuba, with the apparent intention of letting some of his people join their relatives in the United States. Within 72 hours, 3,000 U.S. boats were headed for Cuba. It soon became evident that Castro was forcing the boat owners to carry back with them not only their relatives, but the dregs of his jails. Of that 125,000 refugees that landed in Florida, an estimated 25,000 had criminal records. That's what's up. That's what has happened in the United States right now. All this asylum seeking lie, all this about refugees. No. What's happening is they're emptying out the dregs of their jails into the United States, into our communities. They're junking up our country. And yeah, we feel some kind of way about it because it's our country. It's our country. People like Vasquez and them, look how disrespectful they are. Now, you just gave that man a resolution for his father's restaurant. And every time we get up and talk, he's working this room. Look at him. Look at him. But he wants his resolution for his father to be respected. Vasquez, Lopez, all them want their people to be respected, but they can't even give us the dignity for what we built. But them, ain't no question about it. Yeah, Black History Month, the American descendants of slavery. And I want you to know, Brandon Johnson, I understand what Breakmore's saying about we still on the plantation, but what you looking at right now, This is what a free Negro look like. And I'm telling you, we're going to get our city back. We're going to stand for our people. We're going to get them out of our communities because they don't deserve to be there. Anytime they can't give us 3 lousy minutes of their attention while we sit here and watch y'all get them all kind of money, you watch us. We black out here, and we're going to handle our business. You watch that. I'm a free black woman. This is how we get down.
This how we get down. Sheesh. It's hot in there. Mayor Johnson, step out the room because it's getting heated. Let me know how y'all feel about this down in the comments below. But my goodness, she seemed like she's about to shoot up the place. She's ready for war. It's a war outside. Chirac versus the migrants. Hey, man, stay out of Chicago. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much for your comments.
Jeez.
Our next speaker is Zoe Lee.
Wow.
I'm going to start with the words of Desmond Yancey. This behavior is not only acceptable, it is an indication that he is unfit for leadership. Majority of the people sitting on city council is unfit for leadership. And I know this is not the same Yancey that didn't vote censure Carlos Ramirez Rosa because they would weaponize you. None of you public servants cannot afford to be arguing and fighting like children when it's a whole war outside. Let's get into it. It's 68,000 Chicagoans that are homeless. Majority of them are black. Our black kids are running rampant out here, record carjackings, record auto theft, and robberies. Downtown has 3 to 4 illegal families on every block begging for work and selling Kit Kat bars after $1 billion was spent on them. Where is that money? Where is the money for the South Side and the West Side communities? That should be the argument. It's 20 black aldermen and women and a lot of upset black constituents who voted y'all in. So run into the white media outlets who won't even run a story about stolen properties being taken in our communities, the displacement of elder people, the mass illegal evictions happening on the South Side, and the massive bed bug problem that the Chicago Public Housing Authority has had and is not being addressed. When it's a Chicago bed bug ordinance that is supposed to charge the landlord $2,000 per day. So
I would move out of Chicago immediately if I lived in Chicago. I would leave it in the past. To me, Chicago's a dead city. It's gone so far downhill. Crime is running rampant over there. It's a war zone outside. And clearly, their mayor, who is also a black man, does not care to try to fix the issues that the actual people of Chicago are looking to have fixed. Instead, they're putting all their resources into the migrants.
just like the Latino, all the people in here that stick together, it should be the same with the blacks. And lastly, when are you going to find a floor leader? It's been 3 months. That should be another argument. We also will be voting no to bring Chicago home on March 19th. And Mayor Johnson, glad to hear you decided not to ask City Council to approve not another dollar for the illegals. If the crisis is so bad, the City Council members who are so concerned should donate their salaries to the cause like a real public servant should. Happy fucking Black History.
We just want to remind that speakers are reminded that people of all ages are listening to the public comments, and we ask that you please refrain and respect the others and refrain from personal attacks or using profanity. Thank you very much.
Don't know how to use your words, bro.
Our next speaker is Michael Young Bay.
Let's continue, man.
May I have your undivided attention, please?
Yes, you do. Good morning.
Okay. Because when someone's speaking up at this mic, shouldn't the alderman be talking or having no sidebar or nothing? That also is in y'all rules. Just as well as when the vote is on the table, or you're doing a roll call, shouldn't nobody be leaving in and out? But that happened during the Emmett incident. You see, y'all not respecting the rules, and so you're not respecting the public. And as the chairman, the mayor should be calling y'all out. That's what a chairman do. He don't sit back and allow y'all to break the rules. Because if we do something that you don't like, then you want to call the police. You want to have a person removed. You see? What we've been speaking about is about reparations. We've been down here speaking about fair wages. We've been speaking about the homeless of our people. And for the most part, it's been falling on deaf ear. It's been falling on deaf.
Y'all need more than reparations. Y'all need Jesus. Reparations ain't gonna help y'all, man. Reparations is not gonna help nothing. There's still too much crime going on in Chicago. It's not gonna help. It's just gonna cause more crime, more people mad. Because now you guys or black people get free money. Now the Asians is gonna be looking at us like, yo, we deserve money too. Or the Hispanics is gonna be looking at, and the whites is gonna be looking at us like, how come they get free money but we don't get free money? Then everybody gonna be looking for free money.
Deaf ear. You can say I prophesied this day, because yesterday for the members that was here, I say it'll be us 3 plus 1. So Joey here today. And I gave honors to Greg Mitchell. And today I give honors to Haddon, for him and my wife, for helping, assisting. Jeanette Taylor, for bringing us in her office to hear our plea. Also to Yancey. I give high honors to him too for assisting me, etc. We have to show more love and unity amongst each other, because it's a bigger fight out here. It's a real big fight because, I'm actually experiencing all these things. They say they gave migrants $9,000. Damn, they let us go all the way months to get in court to where our bill ran up to $9,000. We came down here. I gave you a hard drive with every information on there, Mayor Johnson, and you still haven't met with me and my wife. What's going on? Why you can't meet with us and the discrimination that was happening to us? Y'all be talking this stuff about the children and stuff. It started over Salvation Army discriminating against my child, a 5-year-old child. Well, at the time, 3. Broke my daughter hard that she can't go to the class that they had in the Salvation Army. She was crying for weeks. She have a delay right now because of that, because my daughter don't like just toys. Her number one thing is education in school. You see, I've been fighting a lot with the nonsense that's been going on. Then I come down here and it's the nonsense. And City Hall supposed to be something sacred, but yet y'all got somebody pastoring, sound like he running for a campaign.
Thank you very much, sir, for your comments.
The people of Chicago have spoken. I don't know how I feel too much about the reparations. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that we have no excuse to be out there grinding, working hard, and going for the bag. I believe that reparations is just another handout. Another handout for people who don't want to be putting in the work. Honestly. I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired of people begging for reparations because I don't think that's going to solve any type of problem in the black community. You give blacks more money, you give us more money, especially the violent ones, the crime people of Chicago. You give them more money, there's gonna be what? More drugs. There's gonna be more weapons. And there's gonna be more shootings, more jealousness. All that stuff is gonna happen. All that stuff is gonna happen. I would like for the Chicago people, and I may not live in Chicago, but I do care about black people. I would like for y'all to focus y'all attention on all the teenage murders and teenage shootings and violence that is going on in y'all community. Worry about that. Fix that up. And then come worry about the migrants. That's just my take. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. Let's get into this next topic, man. We head into Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan. Apparently there was a father of 3 that was killed in his apartment complex
Overnight, people began flooding the Facebook page of a Pontiac man.
He got killed in his apartment complex because apparently a guy that came over his house, an acquaintance, spit in his sink, and he told him it was disrespectful. Ended up in shooting. Let's tune in, y'all.
And with their grief and astonishment over his tragic death. Thank you for joining us. I'm Glenda Lewis. The shooting reported on Carriage Circle last night around 9:30. Even Sheriff Michael Bouchard calling the motive for the murder of Cornelius Jones unfathomable. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig speaking with family and friends of the man everyone simply knew as Corn.
Cornelius Jones was known to so many people simply as Corn, a man who was friendly and humble, even the sheriff calling the motive for his murder absurdly trivial. Whether he was playing charades with family and friends, dancing, or just being silly, Cornelius Jones was always the life of the party. But around 9:30 Wednesday night, Jones was shot and killed in his 4th-floor Carriage Place apartment in Pontiac, a stunning and unspeakable loss for his family.
He was all about family, just loving one another and lifting one another up.
Watch your circle. Watch who you allow into your peace, into your zone, into your house. I can't believe this guy had the audacity to come into another man's house, spit in his sink, and then shoot him up and run off. This is sad. This is sad.
And making each other laugh. That's all he was about.
Jones was murdered around 9:30 Wednesday night by a 22-year-old acquaintance who was visiting with several others. Witnesses tell investigators the man spit in Jones's kitchen sink, so Jones told him that was disrespectful and to leave. But instead of just walking out, the man became agitated and opened fire on Jones, shooting him multiple times and then running away.
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the whole situation on how or even why it happened.
I'm a strong believer of God, and I do believe that God chose him to come home, whatever situation or scenario he used to bring my brother home, that's what he chose.
That was the devil. That was pure evil. You could say it, yes. And my condolences to your brother. My condolences to this man. He definitely did not deserve to die, but the devil is running rampant. He's running rampant. And it is very important for us to understand. We got to protect ourselves at all times, man. All times. Do not allow people that have terrible spirits into your house.
To use.
Using a drone and tracking dogs, Oakland County Sheriff deputies were able to locate and arrest the suspected shooter and another man described as an accomplice.
At the end of the day, God has the last word, and Cornelius Jones, he will have justice.
Jones leaving behind 3 children. His family says he didn't have life insurance, so they've started a GoFundMe for help with burial expenses for the man who made a lasting impact on so many.
Very humble, very giving, friendly, accepted all.
He didn't have much, but what he did have, he gave. He gave willingly. He gave sparingly. He gave graciously.
In Pontiac, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Another soul gone, another black man gone. This is sad, man. We like to bring this stuff up to the show because we like to bring light to these situations. Crime sucks. Crime sucks. Gun violence sucks. And just a simple de-escalation tactic could help out with in so many ways in a lot of these situations, but there's so much evil out there that you can't even prevent it. You can't even prevent it because the devil is just working, man. The devil just be working. I'm praying for the family of this man, Corn, his kids. I hope that they all get what they need. Y'all saw the GoFundMe page. If you guys would like to donate to them, make sure you guys donate. I'll put it back on the screen. But This is sad, man. This is sad. This is sad. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys leave a like and a comment how you guys feel about this situation. Also, we feel bad. We feel bad. We're praying for them, but we're gonna have to move on to the next topic. And this guy, we bringing this one to Chicago. You guys know I love Chicago, man. I love talking about Chicago. Chicago, they have the best, the best crime news network in the entire world. They have the best one. And I don't say that in the best way. I don't say that in a happy way, like, oh yeah, they got the best crime. Yay, crime is great in Chicago. No, I say this because they are known. Specifically, Chicago is known for its crime. It's known. And this particular video was in a jewelry store. Someone tried to jack a jeweler, and the jeweler, by all means, took out his gun and shot him. He shot the robber. And some people might say this is controversial, but I think he deserved to get shot. That might not be popular opinion, but you ain't got no right trying to break into my store, trying to take my merchandise, and you think nothing's going to happen as a result of it. I think that this is good that people are actually fighting back. They're making sure that they don't want their stuff stolen. They've worked so hard to get this business up and running, and someone has the audacity to try to come in and take from them. He's lucky this guy's not dead. He's lucky this guy's not dead. Well, let's get into the video, man. Interesting stuff we're about to watch. Let's tune in.
A man attempting to rob a jewelry store is shot by an employee inside. It was all captured on surveillance cameras inside and outside of that store. CBS 2's Asal Razai reports from Jewelers Row in the Loop.
Chicago police covering 2 crime scenes in this area. It started at this jewelry store behind me. The suspect running out after being shot and then making his way up to those stairs up to the CTA platform. A usually busy Saturday morning in the Loop turns chaotic at 1 North Wabash Avenue just before 11 o'clock. Police lights quickly taking over the scene. Crime tape also blocking off parts of the CTA platform just steps away. Surveillance video from inside the store shows the suspect wearing a red sweatshirt walking around for about a minute before he takes off running towards the entrance. In this closer angle, you can see him begin to bash in a glass case. That's when the employee at the far left reaches behind the counter, begins shooting at the suspect before he tries to get away. Footage from outside the store shows him stumbling out, then running back in to grab what appears to be a small bag before he takes off up the CTA stairs.
Now, I don't blame them one bit for what he did in this situation. I'm sick and tired of having to keep bringing up Chicago and its crime. But man, some way, somehow, it's got to come to an end. And the people gotta start fighting back against these devils, these demons running around in Chicago. They gotta start fighting back. And I fully understand why, honestly. Honestly. This guy right here is lucky to be alive right now. He's lucky he didn't get 5 shots in him. That man could have took his life. And he probably is going to get off because this is all in self-defense. This is trespassing. This is breaking. This is robbery. So he's going to probably get off from this case because he had all the rights to do what he had to do.
Police say shortly after, he was placed into custody and taken to the hospital for a gunshot wound. They say he is in stable condition. We're told the employee is a FOID card holder.
But I think to just throw it all on the responsibility of the business owners or the residences is really not the right way to go.
Christine has lived in a neighboring building.
What you mean? What you mean? Ain't nobody gonna protect your store like you gonna protect your store. Ain't nobody gonna defend you like you gonna defend you. What you talking about? We can't keep depending on the police or security. There was probably no police or security in the area. And you expect the jeweler just to get robbed and call it a day? Nah, man, we gotta fight back now. You can't just be coming in here. We ain't gonna be allowing this no more in the streets of Chicago. That's how it gotta be.
For about 14 years. She says she wants to see more police in the area as she's concerned with the recent spike in crime she's seen.
But the crime is just escalating and it's getting worse and worse. We had kids killed a few weeks ago. Now this armed robbery, or at least a gun was involved at some point. But it's a shame. It's a shame.
I'm told by security inside, the employee that opened fire is currently in custody as Chicago police continue their investigation. At this time, charges against the robbery suspect are pending.
Hey, I hope that he gets off. I hope that he gets off. Luckily this guy is still alive. I hope he learned his lesson. And I know he's not gonna go away for too long because he didn't get away with anything. It was an attempt of robbery, but honestly, I understand why he got shot, and he's lucky to be alive right now. He's lucky to be alive right now. We gotta pray for Chicago, man. It's really a war zone out there. People are going nuts. We watched the city council video, and we seen the reaction of the people in Chicago, especially the black people in Chicago. They are not with it. They are upset about a lot of things. And this is stuff that happens almost daily in Chicago. Crime happens pretty much daily. Shootings, different robberies. We're having like six robberies in 6 hours at one point in Chicago. It's not safe out there. And like I said, the devil is running rampant. They got to fix that in Chicago, but we're going to continue to bring light to it because we are here to spread one message and one message only, and that is to get every single demon that is running rampant in Chicago and in this world out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all viewership. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. We're going to continue the show, and we're going to move it outside of the U.S. We're going to move it outside of the U.S. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. If y'all rocking with me, man, say what's up in the comments. We do talk back, and we do pull up y'all chats if it is something to do with the show, or if it's something that you guys want me to tune into. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I appreciate y'all viewership, man. But we're gonna continue, like I said. We taking it to Ecuador. We've been covering Ecuador for a little time now too. We know it's very violent over there. A lot of gang violence, a lot of war going on between the government, the gangs, cartels, and the police. And this next thing we seen back a couple weeks ago, a gang took over a news station in Ecuador and had held everybody hostage, and they ended up staying until the police came in. But this one is about the Ecuadorian drug lord that is in charge of the whole gang that's going on in Ecuador. He has recently escaped a few weeks ago, and people are on the lookout for him, but apparently he's been living very, very lavish in prison. You don't believe me? Let's tune in.
Ecuador roiled by violence as gangs and terror groups stir up chaos nationwide. And tonight, CNN has a rare inside look at the country's prisons, including the lavish accommodations for the country's most notorious gang leaders. David Culver has this story you'll see first on Out Front.
It's as though they're stepping into a war zone. Ecuador's military and national police trail an armored vehicle in a raid of one of the country's 35 prisons. Inside, prisoners stripped down, hands tied, Scenes like this have played out across Ecuador over the past few weeks. The armed forces making a very public show of force, attempting to reinstate order within their own prisons. It's part of Ecuador's effort to neutralize terror groups and weed out gangs, which have unleashed chaos nationwide, from a live TV studio armed takeover to random shootings in the streets. This most recent surge in violence sparked by the suspected escape of this man, Jose Adolfo Macias.
This is the main guy right here. This is the Pablo Escobar of Ecuador. This is him. This is the guy that's living lavish when he's going to jail. And this is the guy that obviously escaped from jail. And they cannot find him anywhere. He's probably not even in Ecuador anymore. That's how rich this guy is. He's so rich that he broke himself out of jail and now he's hidden. He's probably paying for protection. He's probably very, very far away out of the people's eyes, and he's still been making shots. He's still been making shots.
Known as Fito. On January 7th, officials reported that while serving a 34-year sentence for murder and drug trafficking, the notorious gang leader vanished from this prison in Guayaquil. A drone's view allows us to grasp the scale of this complex. It is sprawling.
Not really much of a prison uniform. They're all kind of in their own clothes.
Officials tell us it's made up of 5 different prisons. Through military and prison sources, we get a sense of the layout. We learn the women are kept here. These buildings house the men, and they range from minimum to medium security. And over here, maximum security, known as La Roca, or the Rock. With a military escort, we go past the first of 3 perimeters. Any farther, we're told, too dangerous, even with armed soldiers. We're told inmates are separated based on gang affiliation and are essentially self-ruled.
And you can see behind one of these gates, folks kind of moving comfortably and casually from cell.
The people in the Ecuadorian prison run the prison. The gangs in the Ecuadorian prison is running the prison. It's to the point to where they had to bring in the Ecuadorian military to get it under control in there. To get the Ecuador as a country back under control, they had to bring out their guards, their national guards. They had to bring out their army. Have we ever seen anything like this before? Of course we have. But at this level, right now, this is the only place that we are seeing the National Guard having to come out and fight against these gangs.
To sell, it's kind of an indoor-outdoor complex.
CNN obtaining these videos from inside. By prison standards, they reveal a life of luxury for Fito, the drug kingpin. The images captured last year by members of Ecuador's military. They appear to show Fito's cell, messy but complete with home comforts. A mini fridge, a queen bed, upscale shower fittings, artwork featuring an image of Fito himself with guns and cash. He lives like a king, you can hear one of the soldiers say in this video, obtained by CNN and verified by Ecuador's military. Outside, his own courtyard, and a half-dozen fighting roosters believed to be his. A military source tells us Fito had fresh fish imported for his meals, and somehow even managed to shoot a music video from within the prison walls. Ecuavisa showing these images of Fito.
Yo, tell me that ain't Pablo Escobar without telling me that ain't Pablo Escobar. My man was living like he was outside of prison pretty much. He had his own roosters, his own chicken, had his own fish imported in. Had music videos going on in his prison cell. This guy was running the prison. That's how powerful he was.
Fito's 42nd birthday in 2022. The prisoners reportedly enjoyed cake, music, and drinks. The night capped off with fireworks. He had more power outlets than a Marriott hotel room, Ecuador's president Daniel Noboa said late last year. So why escape? Ecuadorian security experts believe that Fito was tipped off that he was going to be transferred in the same complex back to the Rock, maximum security. Fito spent a few weeks in the Rock last year. Moving him there involved an estimated 4,000 police and soldiers. His sudden disappearance, suggesting he wasn't ready to leave the comforts of his cell. The government's focus now is to reassert control within, but it won't be easy. Prison raids have turned up everything from laptops to guns.
Hoy presento los diseños aprobados para la...
Noboa also announcing the construction.
How do you get a gun in prison? How, Sway? How? Come on, bro. Ain't no way. Like, what? This is bad, man. This is bad. This is seriously bad. This cannot be happening. This cannot be real.
Hoy presento los diseños aprobados para la...
Noboa also announcing the construction of new prisons, designed by the same company behind El Salvador's notorious mega prisons, where thousands of suspected gang members are locked up. Back outside of the prison in Guayaquil, you can hear there's church services going on, some sort of religion.
That's insane, y'all. I can't lie. That is insane. We are dealing with some serious crime that's going on in Ecuador. It's not looking safe out there for these people. And we got some Ecuadorians that are coming from Ecuador into the United States, and we don't know if they're affiliated with these gangs or not. We don't know. That's the craziest part about this. We'll be keeping in touch and in tune with what's going on in Ecuador. The crime that is over there is clearly like the cartel was, like Pablo Escobar was. And it is definitely interesting to see what is going to happen and how they're going to get this thing back under control. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. We're going to get into this next topic. Man, we got some crazy people coming out in this world. A man really set himself on fire. And his last words was free Palestine. His last words was free Palestine, y'all. This is a protester that said, you know what, this is how we're gonna go out. We're gonna sacrifice ourselves, free Palestine, and we're gonna light ourselves on fire and make a statement. Let's tune into the video, y'all. This one's crazy.
There is late word tonight, President Biden saying late today that there is now hope for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas within days, by next Monday. It comes amid a horrific scene outside the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C., a U.S. airman setting himself on fire. Here's Pierre Thomas.
Tonight, in a rare and horrifying act of protest, reminiscent of the days of the Vietnam War, an active duty U.S. airman setting himself on fire over the growing death toll in Gaza.
This call, we just got a man on fire.
That man, identified as 25-year-old Aaron Bushnell from San Antonio, live streaming himself Sunday outside of the gates of the Israeli embassy in Washington. Because of its explicit nature, ABC News is not showing the actual video. In it, Bushnell says, quote, "I will no longer be complicit in genocide. I'm about to engage in an extreme act of protest." Moments later, Bushnell puts his phone down, pours a liquid over his head, and lights himself afire. Screaming, "Free Palestine!" he falls to the ground, engulfed in flames.
Let's just take a minute to realize what my man just did. Let's take a second to just think about what he just did. He went on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, whatever, social media live. Just said, yo, You know, I'm tired of this war that's going on. In the best situation that he thought to do, and he's from the US. He's a US Army soldier. The best thing that he thought was a great idea to do was to get some gasoline, pour it all over his head and his body, and set himself on fire. You can't make this up. This world is sick. This world is absolutely sick. This world is nuts. The devil. This is the devil. The devil's sending messages here, there, and everywhere. It's sad, y'all. It's sad. I'm praying for this guy's family. I don't know what happened, what in his mind said, yeah, this is the right way to do things. But I'm praying for his family because they
First responders using fire extinguishers to douse the flames, but it was too late. Bushnell later died. The stunning scene in Washington coming amid chaotic scenes in Gaza. A massive crowd swarming this beach, desperate for food and supplies, airdropped by Jordan.
Just extraordinary images today. Let's bring in Pierre live in Washington tonight. Pierre, I wanted to get back to what the president said late today. In fact, just before we came on the air tonight, President Biden now saying that he is hopeful for a ceasefire in Gaza within days.
David, just a short time ago, the president said he's hoping a ceasefire deal will be in place by next Monday. Israel now agreeing to the framework for a ceasefire, 6-week ceasefire, in exchange for dozens of hostages, including Americans. But David, no response yet from Hamas.
Pierre Thomas in Washington. Thank you, Pierre.
Hamas does not care about no ceasefire. And in their eyes, they're like, why would we stop now? Why would we stop now? This is the senseless part of war. This is the part of war that nobody likes to talk about. Nobody likes to bring up to the people. So many people have died in the last few months. It's to the point to where we're starting to become numb to people dying. We're becoming numb as a country. We're becoming numb as people in the U.S., in the entire world. We're becoming numb to this violence, this senseless violence. And I know people might say, "Oh yeah, they started it," blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it's senseless violence. No matter how you look at it, no matter how we put it, it's senseless, and it needs to stop. Eventually, it needs to stop because it's going to lead us down this rabbit hole to where everybody's going to end up dying. Everybody. But let's move on. Let me know how you guys feel about those that in the video in the comments, and we're gonna move on to this next topic. I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. Thank you guys again. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We got a couple more videos that we want to get into, and this one is our president, our 2024 president of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump, because poor Biden, he's still sleeping. He might not make it this time.
Last night, former President Donald Trump made his case to voters at the Black Conservative Federation at their annual honors gala in Columbia.
But first, he spoke to our own Fox and Friends co-host, Lawrence Jones. What's up, Lawrence? Who's back with us right now?
Hey, good morning, fam. I had the opportunity to talk with 45. Talked about the latest issues facing the country, the breaking news with the courts, as well as IDF, as well as what does he think what's gonna happen in South Carolina. This is what the former president had to say. Watch.
All right, Mr. President, this is the final stretch. This is the eve before the election in South Carolina. What's the final message for the people?
Whether we're going to make America great again, we have a real problem. Our country has never been this way. It's never been so dangerous or so sick. When you look at millions and millions of people pouring in through our border, coming in at levels like nobody's ever seen before, I think the real number will be 18 million people by the time this guy is finished. He's destroying our country. He's a horrible president. and we have to change on so many different levels.
Mr. President, but you got Nikki Haley. She's still in the race. When I look at the cash on hand, the RNC versus the DNC, they got a lot of money in the DNC. Why is she still in the race? He said, are you concerned about the cash flow?
No, well, I mean, we have a lot of cash and we're doing well and we have a much better message. She has raised some money, but it's not a lot. It's mostly from Democrats. I mean, she's getting her money from Democrats. So, and actually Biden Democrats, now they're going to vote for him if he runs. I don't know that he's going to get to the
You don't think
starting
he's going to
gate.
be on the ticket?
Look, I see the way he is. I'm not sure, but I'd like to see him run. I think it would be great. I would be very happy.
Mr. President, let's talk about.
You say you would be very happy. Yo, even Trump is like, yeah, there's something wrong with Biden. There's something wrong with him, but if he runs, then that's great for me because it just makes it easier for me. But everybody could tell something. A screw is missing from Biden. He's a little too old now, man. He's a little too old. But it's funny. Nikki Haley is really taking the Democrats' vote and bringing it to her side, even though she still knows like she has no chance, and it's still not helping her. But kudos to her. She's very confident and she's very. She doesn't have that give up attitude, and I respect that from Nikki.
About some of these court issues. So the breaking news is saying no delay in New York. What's that going to look like?
Well, nobody's ever heard of such a thing. He comes out with a verdict and you're supposed to put up a bond. It takes you a period of time to get a bond. You have to go to a bonding institution. It's a sham. It's a horrible thing. We did nothing wrong. He knows we did nothing wrong. He practically said we did nothing wrong. The banks were happy. There was no victim. There was no jury. Wouldn't allow a jury. We had a clubhouse politician decide that Trump should pay $355 million on a situation where it was perfect.
Mr. President, that's not the only case, though. You got the case now here in Florida, and you're telling the judge, you say you got to throw this out based on immunity alone.
Sure.
Where does this go?
Sure. I think the one in Florida, you're talking about the documents
Yes,
case.
sir.
Well, they're not trying Joe Biden, and he had 50 years of documents, and he had classified documents all over the place, including Chinatown, including under his Corvette in a garage. I did nothing wrong, and I come under the Presidential Records Act. So we just put in, for a dismissal of that case. You know that. You probably saw that. We should be dismissed. I tell you.
Yeah, I gotta agree with this one. It should be dismissed because the same thing did happen to Biden. And you know what they said in the media? They said, "Oh, he's too old. He's forgot. This is just a little mishap. It shouldn't have happened. He probably forgot because of his age."
In the history of our country, there's never been anything like this. This is what a third world country does. It's the greatest scam in political history. It's a witch hunt. It's the greatest witch hunt, certainly, in political history.
Mr. President, you made a very strong statement about the case in Alabama and the IVF treatment. What compelled you to, it looked like it was a red line for you, and you called them miracle babies.
When this decision came down, politicians were calling me and they said, what do we do? This decision is a very rough decision. What do we do? And when I understood it, and it didn't take me too long, I'm like you, we're both fast studies, right? I said, wait a minute, these people are helping women to have beautiful babies, which is what they want. They may be unable to have them without. And I came down in favor of it, and it's been met really in a very popular way. We want to help women. We don't want to hurt women.
Lastly, Mr. President, you're here for this big event with Black conservatives.
Yeah.
Everyone all across the country is talking about, you see these Black residents who are typically Democrats, and they're going into the city council meetings and they're saying, how are the illegals taking over our rec centers and taking over our housing in Harlem? What's going on here? And there seems to be a surge of Black support for no other Republican but Trump. And why is that? Why are you a different Republican? Why do they like you more?
And Hispanic support and Asian support. But there's a tremendous surge of Black support. Look, I'm embarrassed to say Republicans would get like 4 or 5 or 6%. And I'm at 28%. And I think we're going much higher. The illegal immigrants that are coming in, and they're rough people. In many cases, they are not sending their finest for the most part. They're sending some very rough people. this is going to have a huge impact on the Black community because a lot of these people are going to work for very little money and they're going to take Black people's jobs. They're going to take Hispanic jobs. They're going to take the jobs of unions.
Mr. President, good luck tomorrow. We'll be watching it.
Thank you very
so
much.
sir.
Thank you, brother.
It's the truth. It's the truth. That is what we wanted to see right there. And that is what we wanted to hear. These people coming in are going to take your jobs. I've been saying this for a while now. These people are going to take your jobs. They're going to work less than you, for less money than you. And they are going to work extremely harder than you. How do you prepare yourself for these people that are coming in? You get 2-3 jobs. You work even harder. You show them what it means to be an American and you outwork them because that's the only way. That's the only way. You can complain all you want, but it's too late. They're already here. And there's only one way to get what we want, and that is for us to put in our efforts, to work harder, and go chase after all these bags. But let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys leave a like on your way in and on your way out too. We got one more video to get into, and we're gonna bring it to Haiti. And apparently, Haiti's president that was just assassinated. Well, his wife is now being charged in involvement with the setup. This is crazy. This is crazy what's going on in Haiti. We bringing Haiti to the front of the people, man. Let's tune in and see what's going on in Haiti.
And for our next story, we head south to the Caribbean. A judge in Haiti has charged the widow of murdered President Jovenel Moïse in connection with the assassination of the former leader. The 122-page document has charged Martine Moïse with conspiring with former Prime Minister Claude Joseph for killing President Moïse. The judge said that Martine killed her husband with the intent of becoming Haiti's next president. And as we see now, the plot has certainly thickened. Here's our report.
It was the 7th of July in the year 2021. Haiti's 43rd president, Jovenel Moïse, was enjoying the calm Caribbean breeze. Moïse was spending the afternoon at his residence in the capital city of Port-au-Prince. Perched on top of a hill, Moïse could see rows of houses from his presidential residence. In an instant, the Haitian president's world turned bloody. 28 armed gunmen stormed the residence. 7 of them entered the bedroom where President Jovenel Moïse and his wife Martine were resting. Moïse was attacked and punched before being shot 12 times. His wife Martine was shot in the arms and thighs. The attack lasted a few minutes. Haiti had lost its president. President Jovenel Moïse was dead. This sent Haiti into a state of shock. Massive protests erupted.
Imagine that. Obviously, he was the target, but they left his wife. They shot at the wife, only shot her in her arm and in her leg. But they left her alive. Insane. Let's continue, though. Let's see what happened after this happened.
Thousands filled the streets of Port-au-Prince. They demanded justice, and so did the dead president's wife, Martine.
Hope that my husband will find justice. Every country that can help, please help, because the people that did that are still out there. And I don't know if their name will ever be out. But at some point, if they find the people that send the money, the people that financially help, I think that they will find the people that give the order. So I will have hope that Jovenel Moïse will have justice.
Let me rewind what she just said. Hold up.
Really help.
Is she asking for money?
But at some point, if they fire the people that send the money, the people that financially help, I think that they will find the people that give the order. So I will have hope that Jovenel Moïse will have justice, and I won't stop asking for justice until justice is found.
Police officials sprung into action. 3 suspects.
That is insane. I can't believe if this is true. This is allegedly still, by the way. But if this is true, this is a terrible, terrible, terrible situation that this guy got himself into. This is sad.
Suspects were
Let's
killed and
continue.
at least 20 were arrested. Haiti officials said that most of the suspects were Colombian gang members. In addition, a Haitian businessman was sentenced to life for planning the assassination. It was almost a shut and sealed case until a judge issued an arrest warrant for Martin Moïse. Dead President Jovenel Moïse's case has been brought back to life. Now, a judge has accused his wife of planning the assassination. A 122-page document says that Martine Moïse worked with former Prime Minister Claude Joseph to kill her husband. The judge claims that Martine got her husband killed because she wanted to be the next president of Haiti. The prosecutor has ordered the arrest and trial of Martine and Claude Joseph.
That is some drama going on in Haiti. That is some drama going on in Haiti. So apparently this guy and the president's wife were in cahoots the entire time and set him up to be killed by Colombian mercenaries. Wow.
At least 50 other people have been named in the warrant.
Wow.
Martine Moïse and Claude Joseph have blamed the current administration and called the court's judgment a political play.
Wow.
Joseph says that the only person to benefit from President Jovenel Moïse's death was his successor, Ariel Henry. The former prime minister says that Henry is carrying out a political coup against Martine Moïse. Meanwhile, the judge says that the court works independently and is not influenced by the government. The case of the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse has taken an unusual twist. It has gotten murkier with no sight of justice. Haiti continues to suffer from gang violence, but the case of President Moïse had brought hope to the people. They thought the assassination would unite everyone against criminals. Instead, it has created political rifts. And now a power struggle is out in the open. Will President Jovenel Moïse get justice? Or will this be another victory for gangs, mafia, and criminals? Haiti demands answers.
This is insane, man. Look at the streets of Haiti, y'all. Look at the streets of Haiti. Look what they doing in the streets. This is how they sending their message. Haiti is full of gang violence. It's full of crime now. They wanted answers. They still haven't gotten them. Wow. Wow. I can't believe. I can't believe it, but it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. The wife, his wife is the reason and the cause of all of this. Is this what you're telling me, though? Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments. This is insane, man. Let's continue.
From impeachments to inauguration.
That was it. That was it. Wow. 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 Wow, man. We praying for Haiti, man. We praying for Haiti. We praying for our Zoes. We praying for all of y'all that have to go and deal with this. I have a lot of Haitian friends, so man, I pray that their families are safe, and I pray that they get it together down in Haiti, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Let me know how you guys feel about that situation down in the comments. I don't know if I could trust this woman, man. I don't know if I could trust her. This is a sad situation, and if she is the reason why uh her husband got assassinated, she deserves to be in jail for a very, 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 very long time. Very long time. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're gonna do this one last thing before I get out of here, and this is just me just showing you guys a little bit of background of what's going on behind the scenes. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys leave a like on your way out. But I'm gonna just show you guys a little bit of the analytics that are going on in my YouTube channel ever since I hit 500 subscribers, and I'll just show you guys a little bit of what's going on. So here's my analytics for the last 22 days. Um, excuse me. We've been going pretty hard every single day. So you can see I have a total of 22.4K views, 981 watch hours, and 145 plus subscribers. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. For real. Thank you guys for subscribing with me. My subscriber count just went up to 669. I appreciate that. I got two in the last hour. But these are just a little bit of the analytics. I am still not getting paid. We can go to this to show you exactly what I'm missing. But if you guys see right here, we hit the 500 subscriber mark. We hit that a few weeks ago, which I'm very thankful. But in order for us to get paid, we still need to hit another threshold, which is 3,000 watch hours, total watch hours in the last 365 days. And we are about halfway there now. We're about halfway there, and this is just to get super chats and to put up the store on our YouTube channel. And if we want to get into the ad revenue, we have still to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we have to get to 4,000 watch hours. So we're almost halfway there for that also, and then we'll start getting paid with YouTube AdSense and super chats and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to show you guys a little update. I'm still not getting paid in YouTube in any way. This is still just a dope hobby for me and a dope thing that I just wanted to get into. And yeah, you guys can see the content right here. You guys can see the analytics. Everything that's been going on. I can show you you guys the last. Let's do for the month of January because that's when I started the podcast. So yeah, we started off pretty low and then we made our way up. This was the month of January. I had 24K views, 1.1K watch hours, and I got over 265 subscribers that month. That was a big month for us. But yeah, had a lot of good views, good videos that went crazy. So make sure you guys check those out. I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. We still got so much more work to do. We got more work to do. We got more videos to get to, and we got more people to join our movement. And I thank you guys for tuning in. I thank you guys for rocking with me. I love you guys. I do. Even if you guys are just sitting back, chilling and watching and enjoying the show, I appreciate y'all for coming in for real. Because without you guys, this is not going to be anything. It's just going to be me talking to myself all day. Which, I mean, I guess I don't mind that either. But, you know, I like interacting with you guys. So I appreciate y'all, though, for real, for tuning in. Make sure you guys leave a like on your way out. Make sure you guys leave a like. We're about to be on episode 26. We're moving on to the next thing, bigger and better things. And we're going to keep making this thing a very entertaining show. We're going to keep making this thing a very informative show. And we're going to try to just keep consistent all 2024 long and see where it takes us. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, I love you. Enjoy the rest of y'all night.